Hi, and welcome to the Skincarma Pod. I'm Carmine, the creator and voice of the Skincarma blog. With more than 25 years in beauty as a brand builder, copywriter, and skincare junkie, I'm putting my product wisdom and expertise to work demystifying skincare. Today's episode is a special one. As you may know, I just wrapped up my work as a product innovation judge in the 2025 BeautyMatter Awards. If you're unfamiliar with BeautyMatter, the organization is among the most influential voices in beauty today. For me and my beauty industry peers, BeautyMatter is an essential resource for product and ingredient trends, who's who, and what's hot in beauty. Each year, the BeautyMatter Awards honor the thinkers, makers, and doers in our community, and I was honored to be a judge in the product innovation category for a third year in a row. This year, I evaluated more than 200 products across almost a dozen categories, including treatments, moisturizers, scrubs and cleansers, acne care, men's, and sun care, my favorite of all. If you know me, you know how passionate I am about skincare innovation, not just as the creator of the Skincarma blog, but also through my career as a copywriter and brand builder in beauty. This year's BeautyMatter Award winners truly embody what I believe moves our industry forward: creativity, science, sustainability, and that elusive spark that makes a new product exceptional. Let's get to it. The 2025 BeautyMatter Award winners across 7 innovation categories. The first, of course, is sun care. That is where I want to start. And interestingly, it's where I'll also end. Stay tuned for that. Of course, sun care is my favorite category. It's the most important skincare product if you're looking at your skin health and really prolonging youthful quality to your skin. You have to wear sunscreen every single day. The BeautyMatter Award for Best Breakthrough Sun Care recognizes innovation in a finished sun care product related to either formulation, delivery system, new format type, use of technology, or sustainability. The finalists were the Allies of Skin, the One SPF 50 Invisible Sunscreen Gel, the Elemis Pro Collagen Skin Protection Fluid SPF 50, the Elta-MD UV Skin Recovery SPF 50 Red Color Correcting Sunscreen, the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Mineral Face Liquid Sunscreen SPF 70, and the Ultraviolet Future Screen SPF 50 Super Light Mineral Skin Screen. And the winner is the Elta-MD UV Skin Recovery SPF 50 Red Color Correcting Sunscreen. Look, you may know, Elta-MD is one of the leading sun care brands in the entire category across the United States. Elta-MD is already every dermatologist's favorite. I talk a lot about sunscreen with Dr. Jen Haley, my good friend, who's been on the podcast with me a couple of times, and she's a huge fan of Elta-MD. But their UV Skin Recovery SPF 50 takes sun protection into exciting new territory. By incorporating red color correcting technology, you see it? This sunscreen doesn't just defend against UV rays, it evens skin tone while soothing redness. I love using this product. In fact, I love all of Elta-MD's sunscreens. They're really, really incredible. This one's functional, clinical, and cosmetic all in one, which is exactly where innovation in sun care should be heading. I recently reviewed the Elta-MD color correcting sunscreen on my blog and added it to my top picks of the best facial sunscreens. So check the show notes for a link to the product, as well as all the products I'm going to talk about today, and my reviews on the Skincarma blog. You'll find my full product review of this product on my blog at skincarma.com. All right, moving on to the skincare scrub and cleanser category. A well-formulated cleanser is the second most important product in your routine after sunscreen. The BeautyMatter Award for Best Breakthrough Skincare in the Scrub or Cleanser category recognizes innovation in a finished scrub or cleanser related to formulation, delivery system, format, use of technology, or sustainability. And the finalists were the By Kind Pore Perfect Powder Facial Cleanser and Mask, the Dieu Baptism Gentle Foaming Facial Gel Cleanser, the Elta MD Skin Recovery Amino Acid Foaming Cleanser, Matter of Fact's Remove and Replenish Gel Balm Cleanser, and the Rye Golden Nectar Manuka Honey Enzyme Cleanser. And the winner is, in fact, the Rye Golden Nectar Manuka Honey Enzyme Cleanser. This stuff is like straight out of a spa. I love cleansers. I love really well formulated cleansers. I love cleansers that aren't necessarily doing anything but cleansing and balancing my skin. I don't use any cleansers that have really high concentrations of potent acids. Like, I'm good. I don't need that on my face every day. It's irritating. And I honestly think that cleansers that have really high concentrations of active, particularly glycolic acid, can very easily throw your skin out of whack. And you really want your cleanser to be pampering and balancing. The Ray Cleanser elevates the cleansing ritual to a luxuriously pampering experience. I want you to see this. It's powered by New Zealand Manuka honey and natural. You see that? Like, it's like liquid honey. It's not at all sticky. It feels actually kind of watery and wet. And it smells amazing. It's just really phenomenal. Super, super pampering, really effective, and it has this light exfoliating action that is derived from the enzymes and gluconolactone, which is a gentle PHA, not a harsh AHA. So this cleanser bridges soothing barrier support ingredients with a moderate effective formulation. Ray's Golden Nectar Enzyme Cleanser pairs coconut-derived surfactants, again with gluconolactone, a mild exfoliating PHA that gently exfoliates the skin surface while preserving skin's moisture barrier. It nourishes, it purifies, it really pampers the skin, it soothes. It's like, to me, like the hallmark of true innovation in a cleanser. And innovation in cleansing is kind of hard to come by. So check out the Ray Golden Nectar Enzyme Cleanser. Again, I will drop it into the show notes. Really, really good stuff. And I think a really well-deserved award. It's a real standout product. Okay, the skincare moisturizer category. Innovation in moisturizers this year has focused more than ever on skin health, which I really, really loved. There were no harsh moisturizers, nothing powered by insane like exfoliating ingredients or resurfacing actives, none of that. And I really, really enjoyed the entire category of moisturizers. I actually did a deep dive into this category a few weeks ago, and you can check that out on the podcast. It might have been 5 or 6 episodes ago. So the BeautyMatter Award for Best Breakthrough Skincare Moisturizer recognizes innovation in a finished moisturizer. So the finalists for moisturizer in this year's awards were the Beekman 1802 Milk RX Advanced Better Aging Cream, the Bonjour Beauty Le Balm Unscented, the Dainda Barrier Building Moisture Cream, the Mother Science Molecular Genesis Barrier Repair Moisturizer, and the Verdois La Crème Hydratante. And the winner, the Beekman 1802 Milk RX Advanced Better Aging Cream. Exosomes are trending this year. It's one of a handful of trending actives, along with ectoin, growth factors, other peptides, and NAD+. Like, these are the trending actives. And this one really, really nailed it. Like, they took exosomes, like, to a place I wasn't expecting, to be honest. So Beekman 1802 has built, if you're familiar with the brand, they've built their brand around goat milk's nourishing power. But the Milk RX, you can see it here. It's a really soft whip white cream. I think you can see it. Well, I'll put it on the back of my hand. There you go. That's a better canvas for it. The Milk RX Advanced Better Aging Cream proves that the brand is not just resting on a one-trick pony or goat. You see that? It's soft. It doesn't really smell like much of anything, which I love. I don't want my skincare scented. It's just really, really delicate and it feels super pampering. Of course, it is insanely, insanely moisturizing. But what's so innovative about this product is it takes like their goat milk and kind of natural ingredients sourced from nature into biotech territory. And biotech is really kind of a trending category, if you will, in skincare, and it's accelerating. And I think consumers are really appreciating products that are formulated with more hard hitting science. They paired prebiotics with advanced actives to support the skin barrier while addressing signs of aging. Milk RX is a moisturizer that's both comforting and cutting edge, which is no easy feat. It infuses, of course, Beekman's signature goat milk with advanced actives like ceramides and peptides to support the microbiome while dialing up skin renewal. And talk about innovation, the formula's Ren exosome combines Reniseed extract and milk protein exosomes. Plus, importantly, and this is really essential to me as a product innovation judge, it's clinically proven. This product is clinically proven to be 4 times more potent than retinol with zero irritation and to increase collagen production by up to 31%. Like exceptional. This is what is called an exceptional moisturizer. Superb, superb product. Check it out. Again, the link will be in the show notes. Okay, moving on to the skincare treatment category. This one is really fun because this is where, in the treatment category, this is where innovation, like all the innovation is usually targeted. And this is where you see the innovation trends and ingredients, right? So anytime a brand is going to push forward on new ingredients, new actives, trending actives, they're usually focused on the treatment category, and that generally means serums. Again, 2025's buzziest actives: Actoin, exosomes, growth factors, multiple peptides, and NAD+. The BeautyMatter Award for Best Breakthrough Skincare Treatment recognizes innovation in a finished treatment product. 4 of the 5 finalists in this category featured either Actoin, exosomes, or both. The finalists, the Allies of Skin Copper Tripeptide and Actoin Advanced Repair Serum, the Dermalogica Exo Booster Treatment, Dr. Few Skincare Clean Retinol, the Inkylist Exosome Hydro Glow Complex, and the Skin Fix Exo and Actoin Intensive Repair Balm. And the winner is the Allies of Skin Copper Tripeptide and Actoin Advanced Repair Serum. Allies of Skin has a reputation for bold, science-forward formulas, and their copper tripeptide serum is no exception. In fact, I think it's probably their most innovative product. At least it's the most innovative Allies of Skin product that I've come across, and I've tried many, many of their serums. This breakthrough serum harnesses copper tripeptides, which are known for wound healing and skin regeneration. Copper tripeptides are among the most potent and effective reparative peptides that you can get into a skincare product. The thing about copper tripeptides or copper peptides in general is that they can be deactivated by harsher actives, particularly ascorbic acid or pure vitamin C. So this is one of the reasons why I generally do not use peptides in my morning routine. I reserve peptides for my evening routine, which I consider corrective anyway. Reparative and corrective, retinols, peptides, they go in my evening routine. And then the morning routine, of course, is reserved for sunscreen and antioxidants, anything that's protecting me from photo damage and environmental damage. So what makes copper peptides unique? Well, they stimulate collagen and elastin synthesis. They actively promote remodeling of damaged tissue, something regular peptides don't do directly. And copper peptides, you can see how beautiful this is. Copper peptides are blue, which is why this product is blue, presumably. I mean, I hope that there isn't blue dye in here, but it's got a high concentration, so I'm assuming that that's the reason that it's blue. Copper peptides in general are clinically linked to faster wound healing and healing of scars and UV damage. But there's also, of course, ectoin in here, and ectoin is like the buzziest humectant around. If you're using a hyaluronic acid serum, just stop. It's essentially nonsense. Hyaluronic acid is a very, very, very large, and I mean very large molecule. It is a very high molecular weight, varying from 5,000 to like low molecular weight HA to 2 million Daltons. As a general rule, molecule will only penetrate the skin unaided if it has a molecular weight below 500 Daltons, and ectoin has a molecular weight of 142. In addition to its activity as a humectant, it also is a really soothing active. Ectoin, you kind of get additional benefits beyond simply its humectant abilities. And of course, it's going to go much deeper, where it'll bind to water molecules deeper in your skin, which is what you want. Hyaluronic acid is binding to water molecules on the surface of your skin, or very close to the surface of your skin. And it's just kind of like play acting as a humectant, if you will. Like, I'm not a doctor, but I play a doctor on TV. Hyaluronic acid is not a humectant, but it plays a humectant on TV. Think of it that way. The Allies of Skin Copper Tripeptide Advanced Repair Serum is backed as well by clinical proof with clinically significant results. Get this. In 8 weeks, it was proven to accelerate skin recovery, including signs of damage, aka wounded skin. It was clinically proven to demonstrate a 40% reduction in crow's feet. And these are like third-party graded results. This isn't consumer perception, which, happens in New Jersey. No shade on New Jersey, but it's kind of where all these consumer perception studies generally take place, in like labs around New Jersey. And it basically, they ask consumers who apply the product, what is your impression? Do you think that it reduces fine lines and wrinkles around your eyes, say? Or do you think that it hydrates your skin? Do you agree that this product hydrates your skin? And, consumers want to put a positive spin on everything. And so generally a consumer will acknowledge that it hydrated their skin. And so if you get enough of these consumers, if you can get 100% of consumers to say that it hydrated their skin, then you can make that claim. But these the clinical grading by third-party evaluators like really demonstrates in this product and anything else that's clinically tested that way, that it demonstrates a product's true performance. So in clinical grading, there was a 38% reduction in globular wrinkles, which are the 11 lines in between your eyebrows. We've all got those. And a 33% reduction in deep under eye wrinkles and nasolabial folds right here. It is resilience in a bottle. Check the show notes and check out this product. This serum is fantastic. The next category is in acne. Acne innovation, can you call it innovation? There hasn't really been innovation in acne for a very long time. But the last couple of years, I would say, particularly the last 2 years, there's been this positive trend to clear skin of acne by restoring balance instead of stripping the skin. And when I was growing up, I stripped my face. Like, I used alcohol pads, those Stridex pads that literally, ripped the top surface of my face, dried my skin down, like deep, deep down. And what that does is it perpetuates the acne cycle. It throws skin out of balance. And what you want to do is you want to restore balance. And so the BeautyMatter Award for Best Breakthrough Skincare Acne recognizes innovation in a finished acne product. The finalists were the Face Reality Glow Tone Corrective Serum, the Kat Berkey VitaBiome Active Skin Optimizer, the Mara Clear Skin Mineral Milk, the OG Targeted Blemish Treatment Clarifying Acne Solution, and the Rael Brightening Keratin Pads. And the winner in the acne category is the Kat Berkey VitaBiome Active Skin Optimizer. This stuff is true acne innovation. Acne innovation often, very often, outside of alcohol, defaults to harsher actives. The Cat Berkey takes a radically different approach. Let me just demonstrate. It's microfine mist. It's super refreshing. I've been using this product and I'm not even concerned with acne anymore at my advanced age. Cat Berkey, if you don't know Cat Berkey, the brand is really focused on skin nutrition and skin nutrients, and that's where Cat has her degree and her education and what she's long focused on. And by doing so, the brand targets the microbiome by delivering nutrients that restore skin's balance. The Cat Berkey VitaBiome Active Skin Optimizer addresses the root causes of breakouts while keeping skin balanced and resilient. It's acne care that isn't punitive. It's reparative, thoughtful, and a major step forward in the category. All right, next up is the men's category. And there is never innovation in the men's category. So this was really exciting and interesting for me. In fact, if I recall, last year there were hardly any submissions in men's. There might have been 3 or 4. So there were many more submissions in the men's category this year, which was exciting. You know, when I was at Kiehl's, 28% of purchasers, 28% of the Kiehl's customer was male. And the rest stole products from their wives and girlfriends. And we always kind of laughed about that. But men are notorious for thinking about their skincare in terms of grooming, and that means shaving. So skincare for men is traditionally an extension of their need to shave. And so have men's behaviors really changed all that much? I don't think they have, with the exception of the youngest Gen Z customer. Men are generally shopping for skincare products when they're shopping for shaving products. So where do they get their shaving products? Generally drugstores and mass retailers or D2C. And again, it's all about grooming and shaving, with the exception of Gen Z. And I see a lot of young men on TikTok being really serious about their skincare. They're using vitamin C serums, particularly La Roche-Posay's vitamin C serum, which I find interesting. I'm not a fan of that particular vitamin C serum. It's loaded with alcohol. But it's interesting because there's also a counter trend among young men, and that is the push against sunscreen, which it kind of negates everything else that they're doing, which is kind of a bummer for me. But it is what it is. The men's category is the men's category. And I guess one day men will come around. So the BeautyMatter Award for Best Breakthrough Men's Product recognizes innovation in a finished men's product. And the finalists were the Atwater Skin Armor Mineral Facial Sunscreen SPF 50+, the Atwater Smooth Target 5-in-1 Beard Oil, the Enhanced Mattifying Milk Anti-Shine Spray, the Finery Men's Collection Fragrance, and the Supply the Single Edge Max Razor. So what you're seeing, even in those finalists, there's a sunscreen, there's 2 shaving products, a beard oil and a razor, and there's a men's fragrance. It's all grooming with the exception of a sunscreen, and that wasn't that particularly innovative. But what was innovative was the winner, which is the Enhanced Mattifying Milk Anti-Shine Spray. This stuff I found really, really interesting, to be honest. And clearly my other my colleagues, my other judging colleagues, thought the same thing. And so let me just spray this on. It's not exactly a fine mist like the Cat Berkey, but it's super soothing. It's like you know what it reminds me of? It just hit me. It reminds me of the cream skin, the Laneige cream skin. That's exactly what it reminds me of. So it's got this, of course, this milky, milky texture. And matter of fact, I'll just put it on the back of my hand. So you can see, you see that? It's really very reminiscent of that Laneige cream skin if you're familiar with it. Super hydrating product. It's like, I think the deal with cream skin is that the moisturizing actives in there, the squalane or whatever was moisturizing, the plant oils were micronized. so that it gives it that really, really wet texture and allows those actives, the moisturizing actives, to penetrate the skin better. But what I love about Enhance is the brand is attempting to rewrite the script for men's skincare with this mattifying milk. Think of it as skincare meets style. It's lightweight, spray on, that cuts through oil and delivers an instant matte finish without heaviness. It feels great on the skin. And a lot of men find that their skin is oilier, particularly in the summer. Men's skin is thicker, it has more oil glands, and it tends to be oilier. And so this is just a really innovative approach that the brand took. And I think it's really, really smart. It's exactly what men need if men are going to be pushed forward into more innovative skincare than simply a moisturizer and a shave cream and, please, a sunscreen. So this product, to me, is the kind of product that speaks directly to modern men who want their skin to look fresh without the fuss. Lastly, and remember I said I was bookending the product presentation. So lastly is the hybrid category. The BeautyMatter Award for Best Breakthrough Hybrid Product recognizes innovation in a finished hybrid product, which is defined as any product that is multifunctional or combines efficacies from multiple product categories. And the finalists were the Beauty of Joseon Daily Tinted Fluid Sunscreen, the Cielements MD DNA Defense Daily Cream, the Biotech Beauty Biome Blush, the This Is Silk Power Up Silk Concentrate, and the Clementine Sleepwear Atelier Medica Collection. The Atelier Medica Collection was super interesting because it was essentially organic silk infused with skincare actives, which, was innovative. But the winner, again, remember what I said, that I was bookending it with sunscreen? The winner is the Beauty of Joseon Daily Tinted Fluid Sunscreen. I love this product. You have to see. Look at this, how elegant it is. Really, really light. It's very milky. It feels great on the skin. If you're familiar with Beauty of Joseon, you're probably familiar with it because you've seen it all over your TikTok page, like I have. Beauty of Joseon has kind of become a social sensation, and they just recently, I would say in the last 2 months, introduced the brand into Sephora. Unfortunately, this particular product isn't one of those products because this product uses UV filters that aren't FDA approved. So if you want this product, you have to get it on Amazon and buy it illegally. But whatever, it's worth it. It's fantastic. This sunscreen nails the hybrid brief. It's protection and skincare with an elegant texture that leaves your complexion glowing. I know it leaves my complexion glowing, but the funny thing is, I'm not really that big a fan of tinted sunscreens because they usually dye my beard. Tinted sunscreens are generally formulated with iron oxides, and if there's a very high concentration of iron oxides in them, they tend to dye my beard and it kind of looks nutty. But you really do want to find a tinted sunscreen that you love that's formulated with iron oxides because they offer a broader range of protection from light and photo damage than a simple sunscreen does. They offer the additional protection from blue light, which is light that's emanating from our devices, from our screens, our phones, our computers, all of it. As I'm recording this podcast, I'm getting light damage, purportedly. I'm not that afraid because I've been using this product pretty religiously. I love it. This is, I think, my second or third bottle. You need to check out this product. It's fantastic. If you're looking for a tinted sunscreen, and you should be, this is the one you want to go to. It's just incredible. All right, that's it. Find links to all the winners in the show notes, as well as links to product reviews of all my favorite skincare products. Thank you for listening to the Skincarma Pod. Find more insights, real talk, and reviews of my favorite skincare products on the Skincarma blog at skincarma.com. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Spotify, please rate, review, and subscribe. It helps me to reach more listeners. Ciao.